Hello there, and welcome to the Sleepy Science Drift. Tonight, we'll drift together through a quiet mystery that lies beneath every breath, every thought, every turning star. You and I are still, or at least it feels that way. The air is calm, the floor doesn't tremble, the world outside the window seems completely still. Yet even now, you are moving faster than you can imagine. The earth spins gently beneath you, turning at over 1,000 miles per hour. It races around the sun at 67,000 miles per hour, and the sun itself glides through the Milky Way, carrying you with it at nearly 500,000 miles per hour. You, your room, the oceans, the trees, all of it moving through space, silently, endlessly, and somehow you feel nothing, not the rush, not the pull, just the calm hum of stillness. This stillness, though, is a beautiful illusion, one that the universe has crafted so delicately that we never notice how deeply we are part of its motion. Our senses, ancient and small, were built for walking, for breathing, for touching. They were never built to feel the spin of a planet or the drift of a star. And so we live, suspended inside a great rotation, wrapped in silence, unaware that every cell in our body is caught in a cosmic dance older than memory itself. Imagine for a moment a pendulum, swinging back and forth in a quiet museum. Its rhythm seems gentle, almost hypnotic, yet beneath its slow arc, the entire planet turns. The pendulum doesn't lie, it simply moves differently. It shows what we cannot feel, that the ground itself is gliding beneath our feet. This instrument, called the Foucault pendulum, has been proving Earth's motion for centuries. With every swing, it whispers, "The world turns," even when you cannot feel it. The reason we do not feel that turning is hidden inside a simple truth that Isaac Newton once wrote down. An object in motion stays in motion, unless acted upon by an outside force. It's called inertia, but you might think of it as harmony. Everything on Earth, the air, the water, the ground, your heartbeat, moves together. There is no push, no pull, no break between them. To feel motion, there must be difference, a change in speed or direction. But the Earth's motion is constant, smooth, unbroken. We move with it, perfectly. That is why we feel nothing. The stillness you feel is not the absence of motion. It's the perfection of motion itself. Astronauts describe something similar. When they orbit the Earth, traveling at 17,000 miles per hour, they float inside their spacecraft as though resting in a dream. There is no turbulence, no wind, no friction. The stars drift slowly outside their window. They say it feels like silence made visible. This is what physicists call uniform motion, a state where everything moves together, like a river so smooth it seems not to flow at all. Only when turbulence comes, when the air shifts or the course changes, do they feel the truth of speed. The same thing happens here on Earth. You can sip tea on an airplane, flying 500 miles per hour, because you and the cup are moving together. The liquid doesn't ripple, your hand doesn't shake. Only when the plane changes direction do you feel it. Our world, too, moves through space with such even grace that we never feel its turning. We are part of its rhythm. We are the rhythm. This idea that stillness and motion can be the same is one of the quiet wonders of physics. It tells us that our perception is limited, but not wrong. It simply means that we are tuned to smaller scales of movement, to winds and footsteps and breaths. The grand motions of the universe are too constant, too vast, too perfect to disturb us. If they were any less smooth, we would not exist at all. Sometimes, late at night, you can feel the echo of that motion. You might sense it in your pulse or in the soft creak of the house as it expands and contracts with temperature. The earth spins beneath that sound. Every sunrise, every shadow, every shifting tide is a result of this rotation. Without it, there would be no dawn, no night, no rhythm to mark the passage of time. The planet would freeze on one side and burn on the other. Life would not bloom, not even briefly. The spin of Earth also protects us. Deep below, molten iron moves within the planet's core, turning as the planet turns. That movement generates a magnetic field, an invisible shield that deflects the harsh radiation streaming from the sun. Without it, our atmosphere would have been stripped away, and the oceans would have boiled into the void. This gentle turning, this daily motion, is the reason you can breathe. It is the quiet guardian of life. Even the stars above you are turning. The sun spins once every 27 days, carrying storms and flares across its surface. The Milky Way, our galactic home, rotates once every 230 million years, sweeping billions of stars in a spiral of light. And beyond that, even the universe itself may have a subtle rotation written into its structure, a twist that began in the first instant of creation. Every orbit, every revolution, every pulse of energy, each one is a reflection of that ancient spin. If you were to stand perfectly still somewhere under the night sky and close your eyes, you would still be moving through space. You would be traveling faster than sound, faster than imagination, while feeling perfectly calm. That calm is not the opposite of motion. It is what happens when motion becomes complete. The earth, the air, your body all share the same path. You are not separate from the planet's rotation. You are its continuation. Physicists once tried to describe this in mathematical terms, but perhaps it is better understood through silence. Stillness is not the absence of energy. It is the moment when everything moves together so completely that the motion cancels itself. When you sit in the dark and feel peaceful, you are in harmony with the turning world. The same physical laws that guide the planets guide your pulse. You exist inside the symmetry of motion. Think of the pendulum again, or a leaf floating down a slow river. The leaf does not fight the current. It drifts, steady, effortless. You are that leaf. The current is the planet, the galaxy, the universe itself. When you stop resisting, when you simply exist, you feel what physicists call equilibrium and what poets call peace. There's another quiet truth hidden here: relativity. Albert Einstein showed that there is no such thing as absolute motion or absolute rest. Everything is in motion relative to something else. From our perspective, we are still, and it is the universe that moves. But from another point of view, we are the ones spinning while the cosmos rests. Both are true, both are illusions. Reality is the relationship between them. In this way, stillness and movement are not opposites, they are partners. It is easy to forget how immense this partnership is. We wake up, walk, breathe, sleep, all while the world spins beneath our feet and the sun drifts across the galaxy. The stars we see tonight are already moving away, their light stretched thin by distance and time. Yet everything feels familiar, safe, unchanging. The universe does not remind us of its speed. It keeps its rhythm hidden beneath the surface of ordinary life. And perhaps that is a kindness. If we could feel every motion, the pull of the sun, the drag of the galaxy, the tilt of the earth, we would be overwhelmed. Our minds were not made to carry such vastness. So the universe shelters us inside its quiet. It allows us to believe in stillness, even as it carries us across millions of miles. Scientists have measured this movement with extraordinary precision. The pendulums in museums trace it, satellites confirm it, clocks record the subtle shifts of Earth's spin. Yet none of these instruments capture what it feels like. The feeling is not in the numbers, but in the awareness. When you know that the ground beneath you is turning, every moment becomes a little more fragile, a little more miraculous. You are part of a pattern so immense it defies imagination. From the smallest atom to the largest cluster of galaxies, everything spins. Electrons orbit nuclei, planets orbit stars, stars orbit galactic centers. The pattern repeats endlessly, like a heartbeat scaled to infinity. To spin is to exist, to move is to be alive. Even time itself is bound to this rotation, the passing of seconds, the rising and falling of days. These are not inventions, they are consequences. The earth spins, and we call it a day. The moon circles, and we call it a month. The planet orbits the sun, and we call it a year. Time, then, is motion made visible. The flow you feel when you watch clouds move, when you grow older, when you breathe in and out. That flow is rotation, transformed into life. Carl Sagan once wrote that time and space are woven together into one fabric, and that we are the threads. Each of us, each breath, is a tiny movement in that larger weave. The stillness you feel when you close your eyes is not a pause in motion. It is the alignment of your rhythm with the universe's rhythm. So when night falls and you lie down, remember this: you are not standing still. You are drifting through a cosmic river that has been flowing for nearly 14 billion years. You are moving with galaxies, with starlight, with every spinning atom in your body. The calm you feel is not a lie. It is the deepest truth of all things. That motion, when perfectly shared, becomes silence. Take a slow breath. Feel it move through you. Somewhere far above, the stars are turning. Somewhere deep below, the molten heart of Earth is churning in its magnetic sleep. Between those two motions, you rest. You are balanced between the gravity of the world and the drift of the cosmos. And in that balance, you can begin to see the hidden harmony of existence. The earth turns and time unfolds. The galaxy spins and space breathes. You turn too in ways you cannot feel. The blood in your veins, the electrons in your atoms, the thoughts in your mind, all turning in quiet coordination. You are a reflection of the universe's motion. You are made of its rhythm, carried by its current. There is no need to chase meaning in this motion. It is enough to know that you are part of it. The universe does not hurry. It does not slow. It simply moves in its own serene rhythm. And within that rhythm, every life finds its moment of stillness. Every thought, every dream, every heartbeat is a small echo of the Earth's spin. The stars above drift silently, yet they carry us through space. The galaxy breathes, slow and vast. The cosmos hums, quiet but endless. And somewhere within that great hum, you rest, still, calm, and forever moving. You have never truly been still. You have simply been part of the perfect motion that holds everything together. Before there was light, there was motion waiting to begin. Before the first stars, before the birth of time itself, something turned. Not in the way we understand turning, not as a wheel or a planet, but as a subtle swirl of potential. The universe began not in stillness, but in the faint tremor of imbalance. That first flicker, that imperceptible twist, would become everything: space, time, gravity, and the quiet spinning of worlds. Scientists call it the Big Bang, but the name is misleading. It was not an explosion in space. It was the expansion of space itself. In that first instant, less than a trillionth of a second, energy condensed into particles, and particles became matter. The universe inflated faster than light could travel, stretching quantum ripples into the great structures we see today. And within those ripples, something began to spin. The laws of physics that govern motion, momentum, inertia, conservation were written in that instant. Before matter existed, energy already moved. It fluctuated, danced, breathed. Those fluctuations were random at first, tiny differences in density smaller than the whisper of a photon. But when the universe expanded, they grew. Every rotation that exists today, the twirling of atoms, the orbits of moons, the spiraling arms of galaxies, can be traced back to those primal jitters of the quantum world. Imagine a calm pond, suddenly touched by a single drop. Ripples expand in all directions, overlapping, forming patterns. In that same way, the early universe rippled with fluctuations of energy and space. Inflation magnified them until they shaped reality itself. The ripples became waves of gravity, bending space-time in gentle arcs. In those arcs, motion took root. The universe, once perfectly uniform, began to prefer certain directions over others. That preference became rotation. There is a term physicists use: angular momentum. It is the measure of how much something spins and how difficult it is to stop. It cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change form. When galaxies were born, they inherited angular momentum from the uneven distribution of matter. As clouds of gas collapsed under gravity, they began to spin faster, just like an ice skater pulling in her arms. That spin has never vanished. It is conserved, passed from generation to generation of stars and planets, written into every orbit, every particle, every breath. But what set that first spin in motion? What whispered rotation into being? Some scientists believe the answer lies in the shape of space-time itself. Even before matter formed, the universe may have possessed a tiny rotational property, a global twist. The cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang, contains subtle asymmetries. When mapped, it reveals something curious, a possible alignment across billions of light years. Some call it the axis of evil, not in malice, but in wonder. It suggests that the universe might have a preferred direction, a quiet rotation woven into its very fabric. If that is true, then the universe has been spinning since its first breath. Every galaxy, every atom, every turning of Earth may be an echo of that ancient motion. We are not simply part of the universe's dance. We are its continuation. At the smallest scale, this spin becomes even more mysterious. In the quantum world, particles possess intrinsic angular momentum, known simply as spin. It is not literal rotation. It is a fundamental quality, as essential as mass or charge. An electron's spin determines how it interacts with other particles, how atoms form, how matter behaves. Without spin, chemistry would not exist. Without spin, there would be no magnetism, no structure, no life. Each electron, each proton carries this tiny, immutable property, aligned or opposed, creating the fabric of existence itself. It is as though every piece of matter remembers the universe's original motion, each particle a fragment of the first swirl. Think of it, from the quantum tremors that predate time to the graceful turning of galaxies that span millions of light years, the same law holds. Motion is not an accident, it is memory. The universe remembers its beginning through the language of spin. In the first fraction of a second, before atoms, before light, the forces of nature were unified gravity, electromagnetism, and the nuclear forces bound together in a single symmetry. Then, as the universe cooled, that perfect symmetry broke. Each force separated, choosing its own direction. Gravity began to shape matter, bending space-time into curves and orbits. The weak and strong forces sculpted the particles within atoms. With each breaking, the universe became more complex, more expressive, more alive. And each breaking introduced motion, a new layer of spin, a new rhythm in the cosmic symphony. Imagine the universe as a vast field of potential, spinning softly, like a mist stirred by invisible wind. The galaxies that would form billions of years later were already encoded in that motion. The rotation of planets, the tilt of orbits, the balance of tides, all trace back to that original swirl. When we observe distant galaxies today, we see that most of them spin. Their stars orbit the center, tracing spirals of light and dust. Some rotate clockwise, some counterclockwise. Yet across great scales, there seems to be a quiet pattern, a faint bias. Perhaps it is coincidence, or perhaps it is the echo of that first cosmic turn, the universe remembering which way it began to move. In this way, rotation is not merely a property of objects. It is a property of existence itself. To be is to move. Stillness, true stillness, has never existed. Even in the deepest vacuum, particles fluctuate, appearing and disappearing, vibrating in and out of being. The quantum field hums with restless energy, like a sleeping ocean whose waves never fully settle. And so, when we ask why everything spins, we are really asking why there is something rather than nothing. Because motion and being are the same. The universe could not exist in stillness. Stillness is perfection, and perfection is lifeless. Motion allows imperfection, and imperfection allows creation. In every direction we look, from the swirl of hurricanes to the rotation of electrons, this truth repeats. The small reflects the large mirrors the small. A galaxy's spiral and a hurricane's eye are born from the same mathematics, the conservation of angular momentum. The same law that governs stars also governs the turning of water in a cup. It is a unity so simple that it becomes sacred. When you watch the night sky, you are witnessing the memory of the first moment. The stars do not just shine, they move slowly and endlessly, tracing paths that began when time itself was young. Every photon that reaches your eyes has followed a curved path through space, bent by gravity, shaped by rotation. The light you see tonight began its journey millions of years ago, when galaxies were still finding their spin. You are seeing history written in motion. And what of the future? The spin continues. As galaxies merge, their rotations combine, twisting into new forms. Black holes, the densest remnants of collapsed stars, spin so fast that they drag space and time around them. The fastest known black holes rotate hundreds of times per second, near the speed of light. Their spin is so intense that they flatten space-time into whirling disks of fire. From these disks, jets of energy erupt, extending thousands of light years into the void. Even in death, the universe continues to turn. Yet this motion is not violent in essence. It is balance expressed through motion. For every turn, there is counter-turn. For every orbit, an opposite. The cosmos sustains itself by equilibrium, by movement that creates stability. Spin gives order to chaos. It holds galaxies together, steadies planets, gives shape to stars. Even the tiniest quantum spins pair to form balance, ensuring that matter endures. And so, when we look for the first spin, we are also looking for the first balance. Somewhere between motion and stillness lies creation, the place where energy finds direction, where symmetry finds purpose. There is a poetic symmetry in knowing that the universe's vast motions began in something microscopic. The smallest quantum tremor, amplified by expansion, became the rotation of galaxies. Every great phenomenon we witness began as something invisible. What we call cosmic destiny was once quantum uncertainty. And perhaps this is the quiet lesson hidden in all of it. Everything grand begins as something small, unseen, imperfect. The first spin was not commanded by a hand, nor guided by design. It arose naturally, like breath after silence. It was the universe exhaling, stretching into being. And we, countless generations later, are made from that same motion. The atoms in your body still carry angular momentum from that ancient moment. When you move your hand, you are continuing the motion of the cosmos. Physicists have long debated whether the universe itself spins as a whole. Some evidence suggests a faint rotation, a twisting of space-time across cosmic scales. If true, it would mean that all motion, every orbit, every rotation, follows a single, unified direction. The galaxies are not random. They are dancers in a slow, synchronized turn, moving to the rhythm set by creation itself. But even if the universe does not spin as one, the harmony remains. The laws that govern motion are consistent everywhere, from the smallest particle to the largest cluster of galaxies. Everything obeys the same rhythm. This is the beauty of physics. Its simplicity hides beneath infinite complexity. Perhaps that is the greatest truth of all, that the universe did not need a reason to move. It simply could not be still. Stillness was never an option. Motion is existence. The first spin was not the beginning of movement. It was the beginning of awareness. The moment the universe began to turn, it became self-sustaining. When you think of that first spin, think not of chaos, but of grace. The universe's motion is not frantic. It is measured, calm, ancient. Every orbit, every axis, every turn is part of the same quiet balance. Even now, billions of years later, that motion continues, unchanged in essence, only transformed in form. The stars still turn, the galaxies still drift, the atoms in your heart still spin, and somewhere, deep in the silence of space, the memory of that first rotation still hums. It hums in the light that crosses the void, in the magnetic fields of planets, in the soft pull of gravity between your feet and the ground. It hums in you. You are not outside the beginning. You are made from it. The first spin never ended. It simply slowed, spread, and softened into everything that exists. From quantum flicker to cosmic turn, from starlight to thought, motion became matter, and matter became meaning. The universe began with a spin, and that spin became everything. Without the Earth's gentle rotation, there would be no morning. The sun would never rise, the night would never end. One side of the planet would lie forever beneath the burning glare of the sun, while the other would freeze in endless darkness. The seas would fall still, the winds would vanish, and every rhythm we know would fade into silence. But because our world turns slowly and faithfully, life breathes. Every sunrise, every wave, every whisper of wind is born from that motion. The Earth spins once every 24 hours, turning quietly beneath our feet. At the equator, the ground moves faster than 1,000 miles per hour, yet we never feel its rush. This steady spin is not only a fact of astronomy, it is the foundation of balance. It divides light and shadow, warmth and cold, motion and rest. It gives the planet its pulse, a rhythm that all living things unconsciously follow. The plants that open their leaves at dawn, the birds that migrate with the seasons, the tide that swells and withdraws. They all move to the same ancient clock. Deep below the surface, the rotation does more than mark time. It stirs the molten iron in Earth's core, a vast ocean of fire turning with the planet. That inner motion creates the magnetic field surrounding our world, a silent guardian that shields us from the radiation of the sun. Without it, charged particles would strip the atmosphere away, and the air we breathe would vanish into space. The auroras that shimmer at the poles are the visible breath of that protection. They dance because the planet spins, and their light is a reminder that motion is safety, that calm depends on movement. The same spin moves the air. Because the Earth turns, air flowing from the equator toward the poles begins to curve. This quiet deflection, known as the Coriolis effect, gives shape to every storm and current. Hurricanes spiral because of it. Ocean gyres turn because of it. The weather that nourishes forests and feeds the sea exists only because the world is not still. Without rotation, the air would rush in straight lines, tearing across the planet in violent extremes. Instead, the Earth's spin softens the wind into patterns, steady and graceful. It turns chaos into climate, sound into rhythm. Above the clouds, the moon watches this turning world. Long ago, it was born from collision, an impact that left both bodies spinning. In those early days, Earth rotated once every 6 hours, its days short and its tides wild. Over billions of years, the moon's gravity has been pulling gently at the oceans, slowing the spin, lengthening the day. The tides rise and fall because the moon still tugs at us, stretching the water and the crust itself. The same pull that shapes the sea also keeps our planet stable, preventing wild tilts that could destroy climates. Every tide is a reminder that motion is shared, that no body moves alone. If you were to stand on a shore and watch the water swell, you would be seeing the conversation between two worlds, the Earth turning, the moon answering. This exchange is delicate but endless. It keeps the length of our day changing ever so slightly, a millisecond longer every century. Even time itself bends to the rhythm of the tides. The planet's rotation also governs the rhythm within you. Every creature on Earth carries a clock, not of gears or light, but of chemistry and pulse. It is called the circadian rhythm, a cycle that matches the 24-hour turn of the world. In every cell, molecules rise and fall in concentration, guiding sleep, hunger, temperature, and thought. When the planet darkens, your body cools. When it brightens, your body wakes. You are, at every level, synchronized with the planet's spin. Science can measure this in astonishing ways. In a laboratory sealed from sunlight, a person left to their own rhythm still follows a day close to 24 hours. Even without the sun, the body remembers the turning Earth. Plants kept in darkness continue to open and close their leaves in time with the planet's unseen rotation. Life is not only aware of motion, it depends on it. The world's spin writes itself into the chemistry of being alive. When you wake each morning, you are witnessing a planetary act. The sun does not rise. It is the Earth that turns you toward it. That turning warms the oceans, stirs the air and wakes the forests. The sunlight that glimmers across leaves is the mark of the planet's rotation, revealing light after night. The first beam that touches your face has traveled 93 million miles through space. Yet what you feel is not its journey, but your own Earth's rotation, bringing you into its path. Every world we know turns. Mars spins almost like Earth, its days just 40 minutes longer. But its smaller size allowed its core to cool, halting the magnetic dance within. Its shield faded, and the solar wind took its air away. Now its mountains rise beneath a thin sky, and the red dust drifts silently where oceans once moved. Venus turns the other way, slowly, one rotation every 243 Earth days. Its atmosphere thickened into poison, trapping heat until the surface burned. Jupiter, vast and fast, spins once every 10 hours, whipping storms into centuries-long tempests. On each world, the pace of rotation writes its destiny. Too fast, and storms never rest. Too slow, and protection vanishes. Earth spins at a pace that balances them both, a perfect rhythm, soft enough for life to bloom, steady enough to endure. Astronomers have seen this pattern in distant systems. Using telescopes like the James Webb, they have observed exoplanets circling other stars, their atmospheres swirling in complex motion. Some of those worlds rotate so slowly that one side glows eternally while the other freezes. Others turn too quickly, their skies ripped by wind. Only those with calm, balanced spins show climates where water might flow. It seems that the gentle turning of a world is not just an accident, but a condition for life. The universe, vast and cold, allows life only where motion finds peace. This balance is fragile. The length of our days is still changing. The moon continues to move away, 1.5 inches each year. Millions of years from now, Earth's rotation will slow further, its days lengthening by hours. Tides will weaken, winds will soften, and the planet's heartbeat will slow. Yet for now, everything remains in perfect measure. The same spin that created day and night continues to protect us, to sustain the thin layer of atmosphere where clouds gather and birds drift. Imagine standing at dawn, the world dim and quiet, the air cool. The horizon glows not because the sun rises, but because you are being turned gently toward it. Every morning, the planet's spin lifts you into light. Every evening, it carries you back into shadow. This motion is not something outside of you. It is within you, shaping your pulse and your breath. The calm you feel at sunset is the calm of alignment, of moving in rhythm with everything that turns. Even the patterns of oceans and forests reflect this rotation. The great currents that circle the planet distribute warmth and nutrients, connecting continents in invisible loops. The winds that travel around the equator bring rain to jungles and deserts alike. All of this flow depends on spin. Without it, the planet would stand divided between scorching and frozen halves, lifeless and still. Because it turns, the Earth breathes, sharing energy between night and day. between sea and sky. To think of the world's motion is to see how deeply connected everything is. The wind that cools your skin began as sunlight heating the ocean. The ocean moved because of the moon's pull. The moon orbits because of Earth's gravity. The Earth spins because of the motion left behind from its birth in a swirling disk of dust and fire. Each link in that chain exists because the one before it turned. Without rotation, there would be no connection at all. Scientists often speak of angular momentum, the tendency of spinning things to keep spinning. It is a law of physics, but it is also a metaphor for life. Once movement begins, it sustains itself unless something stops it. The same applies to growth, to thought, to love. What begins as motion can last forever if left undisturbed. The planet, in its silent spin, teaches us this lesson without words. At night, the stars trace circles across the sky, proof of Earth's steady rotation. To ancient eyes, those stars seemed eternal, their patterns fixed, yet even they are moving, carried by the galaxies' turn. Nothing in the universe is still, not even the light that reaches us. It travels, bends, stretches, all part of the same endless dance. The stillness we feel is a harmony of motion, a balance so perfect it feels like rest. The rotation of the Earth defines more than days and nights. It defines the passage of time itself. Our calendars, our memories, even our sense of age come from the turning of the world. To stop spinning would be to stop time as we know it. The planet's motion measures our lives quietly, without our permission. Each sunrise is a tick of a cosmic clock, each sunset another. The Earth's rotation is the pendulum of existence, and we live within its swing. When scientists model exoplanets, they find that rotation shapes not only weather, but possibility. A planet that spins too quickly experiences short, violent days. One that spins too slowly endures long seasons of heat and cold. Only when rotation and sunlight find harmony can life emerge. That balance, the middle path, is rare. Our planet occupies it by grace. Its speed, its tilt, its distance from the sun, all combine to form the only rhythm we know. Perhaps that is why humans have always measured meaning by cycles. The day, the month, the year. We feel instinctively that repetition gives life shape. We build rituals around the returning of light, the swelling of tides, the ripening of fruit. These patterns are not cultural inventions. They are echoes of planetary motion. To celebrate a sunrise is to honor the spin that makes existence possible. And yet, this knowledge is not cold, it is intimate. The Earth's turning is not something that happens beneath you. It is something you participate in. Every heartbeat, every breath is synchronized with this movement. You are part of the system that rotates, part of the living mechanism that keeps time for the universe. When you breathe deeply, you breathe in rhythm with the spinning air. When you close your eyes, you are carried forward, turning toward the next dawn. So tonight, as the stars drift and the air cools, remember the quiet motion that sustains you. Remember that even as you lie still, You are moving with oceans and clouds and mountains. You are traveling through space on a spinning sphere wrapped in light. The rhythm of that motion is the rhythm of your life. You are the product of balance between motion and stillness, between heat and cold, between day and night. If you listen closely, you can almost hear it, the low hum of a turning world, the whisper of wind shaped by its spin, the faint vibration of everything moving together. The earth does not need to be still to be peaceful. Its peace comes from balance, from the perfect coordination of motion. Every breath you take is timed to the turning of a planet. Every heartbeat echoes its rotation. Every sunrise is a reminder that life depends on the quiet persistence of movement. The Earth's spin is not just a physical phenomenon. It is the poetry of existence, written into every grain of sand, every drop of rain, every living thing that has ever looked up at the sky and wondered why it all feels so calm. You are part of that calm. You are made from motion that found harmony. The earth turns beneath you, and through that turning, it teaches the gentlest truth of all, that stillness is not the absence of movement, but the perfect presence of balance. Time, to most of us, feels like a river flowing in one direction. We are born, we live, we age, we vanish. The clocks move forward, the calendar turns, and each moment seems to disappear behind us. But beneath this simple flow lies something far more intricate, more delicate. Time is not just a measure of seconds. It is a fabric, a texture woven by the motion of space itself. And motion, at its heart, is spin. Einstein once imagined what it would be like to ride on a beam of light. From that thought, he discovered that time is not universal. It bends, it stretches, it slows down and speeds up depending on how fast you move or how close you are to gravity. Time, he realized, is not separate from space, but part of it. Together they form space-time, a great invisible ocean in which everything floats. And when something massive spins, it stirs that ocean like a spoon swirling cream in coffee. The movement of matter curves the path of time itself. Our Earth does this quietly. As it turns, it drags the space around it ever so slightly, twisting time by tiny fractions. You will never feel it, you will never see it, yet sensitive instruments orbiting above us have measured this subtle warping. In 2011, a mission called Gravity Probe B confirmed that Earth's rotation drags space-time by an amount so small it equals the width of a human hair over 100 miles. But still, it happens. Even this planet, small and gentle compared to the stars, leaves a spiral wake behind it. The effect is called frame dragging. Imagine space as a sheet of soft fabric. A heavy ball resting on it makes a dip. That is gravity. Now, spin the ball. The surface begins to twist, curling slightly around its motion. This is what a spinning planet or star does to the fabric of reality. The flow of time bends, leaning inward toward the motion. Where gravity is strong, this effect grows. Around a spinning black hole, it becomes overwhelming. There are stars so dense that a teaspoon of their material would weigh as much as a mountain. These are neutron stars, the remnants of once mighty suns that collapsed under their own weight. Some of them spin hundreds of times every second. Their rotation is so fast that it drags space-time into a frenzy. We detect them as pulsars, cosmic lighthouses whose beams sweep across the universe in precise intervals. Every pulse we record on Earth is a clock, an anchor in the sea of time. Their steadiness rivals even our best atomic measurements. Each turn of their rotation marks a second, a heartbeat of the cosmos. Now imagine a black hole, a place where gravity becomes so intense that not even light can escape. When such an object spins, it does more than trap matter. It twists the fabric of time into a whirlpool. The region around it, called the ergosphere, is where no object can remain still. Space itself is dragged around by the spin, forcing everything to rotate along with it. In this region, motion is not a choice, it is existence. To resist the spin would be to fight space-time itself. The equations describing this are known as the Kerr metric, named after the mathematician who first solved them. They reveal a strange possibility that within a spinning black hole, time and space trade places. What we call movement through space outside becomes movement through time inside. It is as if reality itself folds, turning inward, hiding its own symmetry. Scientists can only guess what happens beyond that horizon. Some believe that rotation might prevent total collapse, keeping a passage open to other regions of the universe. Others think the spin merely wraps the singularity in a veil of geometry too complex to imagine. But all agree on one thing: rotation changes time. Light, too, bends around these spinning giants. Observatories like Chandra and the James Webb Space Telescope have seen the effects. X-rays and radio waves curve around black holes, circling again and again before escaping. Each loop adds a delay, stretching the light's journey through time. When we look at these images, we are not seeing space as it is. We are seeing time distorted, stretched thin by rotation. The light we receive may have circled the black hole thousands of times before escaping, carrying with it the memory of the spin. Even here on Earth, this bending of time shapes our lives in quiet, practical ways. The global positioning system, those satellites orbiting far above us, must constantly adjust their clocks. They move fast enough and high enough that time flows slightly differently for them than it does for us on the surface. Without correction, their measurements would drift, and your navigation would be off by miles every day. The engineers who built them had to fold Einstein's equations into their code. Every direction you follow on Earth, every map you open, depends on the understanding that time is not constant. It curves and tilts under the influence of motion and mass. The deeper you look into the universe, the more you see this interplay. Time does not simply tick, it stretches. The faster something moves, the slower time runs for it. A clock on a spaceship traveling near the speed of light would move far slower than one left behind. The traveler might experience a few years while centuries pass elsewhere. This is not science fiction. It has been measured in experiments using particles, and atomic clocks. Time's flow changes with motion because motion and time are threads of the same fabric. If you could hover near a spinning black hole and watch the universe beyond, you would see everything accelerate. Stars would appear to race through their lifetimes. Galaxies would twist and fade. You would watch the distant cosmos evolve in minutes, while to an outside observer, you yourself would seem frozen. Spin distorts not only gravity, but duration, stretching the moments of one world into the centuries of another. The mind struggles with this because our sense of time is intimate, human. We feel it as a pulse, a heartbeat, a passing of breath. Yet time does not truly flow. It is geometry. What we call the passage of time is the movement of matter through curved space-time. The universe is not a clock. It is a landscape, and we are travelers moving through its folds. When we turn, we move through both space and time together, following the gentle spiral written by gravity's hand. There's something deeply poetic about this. The spin that bends time also gives it meaning. If the universe were motionless, time would have no direction, no unfolding. Everything would exist at once, unmoving and unchanging. The rotation of stars and planets, the orbits of galaxies, even the motion of atoms, all of it creates difference, and difference is what we perceive as time. Without rotation, there would be no before or after, no memory or expectation. Spin writes time into being. This is why we measure our days by the turning of Earth, our years by its orbit, our ages by the slow drift of stars. Time is motion, perceived from within. You are not carried through time, you are carried by it, shaped by the same curvature that bends light and sound. Every second you experience is a consequence of rotation. Consider how fragile this is. If Earth did not spin, our sense of time would dissolve. There would be no day and night, no rhythm to mark our lives. But even beyond our planet, the laws remain. Every star, every atom, every galaxy contributes its own rotation to the great web of time. Together they form the cosmic metronome that keeps existence in tune. And yet, within that vast mechanism, there is still quiet. The rotation of space-time is not violent. It is gentle, persistent, inevitable. It creates not chaos, but order. It shapes the paths of planets, the arcs of comets, the pulse of radiation from distant quasars. It even shapes our perception of now. The present is not a single point. It is a small region of curved space-time through which we move. Think of a dancer turning slowly, arms extended. Around her, the air moves, following the spiral of her motion. She does not rush. She does not struggle. Her spin creates stillness at the center. The universe is like that dancer, its rotation creating calm at its heart. When Einstein wrote about space-time, he described it not as a battlefield of forces, but as a gentle bending of geometry, a continuous relationship between matter and motion. That relationship is not violent, it is graceful. From this perspective, even time dilation, one of the strangest effects of relativity, feels natural. When motion increases, when gravity deepens, time stretches. It is the universe's way of keeping balance. Energy and duration are two sides of one equation. Faster motion requires slower time, just as greater gravity requires deeper curvature. The balance ensures that nothing outruns the light that binds all things together. And this balance is everywhere. The earth turns, bending time a little. The sun spins, bending it more. The galaxy rotates, twisting the great sheet of space-time like a spiral shell. Each layer influences the next, and all together they form the shape of cosmic time. When we look out at distant galaxies, we are looking back in time, because light itself must follow these curved paths. Every photograph of the universe is also a photograph of its past, bent and delayed by rotation. There's a quiet wonder in knowing this. The tick of your clock, the beat of your pulse, the swing of a pendulum, all of them are echoes of space-time's curvature. The rotation of matter is what allows time to exist at all. To live is to move through those spirals, to ride the invisible flow that began at the birth of the cosmos. And so, perhaps time is not something we lose, but something we inhabit. We do not fall through it, we drift within it. The hours you live are not passing, they are forming around you, shaped by your motion through gravity's embrace. To be alive is to move through the bending of time, and to feel that movement as change. Even the smallest rotation, the spin of an electron, contributes to this. Quantum theory tells us that every particle carries intrinsic spin, a tiny rotation that defines its nature. Without that spin, atoms would not form bonds, light would not travel, matter itself would not exist. The same principle that twists space-time around stars also governs the smallest threads of reality. Spin connects everything, from the subatomic to the cosmic, through the geometry of time. When you look up at the stars tonight, you are seeing the universe's rotation painted across the sky. The constellations drift slowly, circling the poles. Their motion marks the hours, the seasons, the ages. Every turn of the heavens is a reminder that time is not something apart from space, but a property of its movement. The stars do not simply move through time, they create it as they move. And you too are part of that creation. The atoms in your body, the blood in your veins, the thoughts that rise and fade, all move through the same curved fabric. Your experience of time, your memories and hopes, are expressions of the same geometry that shapes galaxies. You live inside a slow, spiraling field of motion that began billions of years ago. You are made from time's rotation. So when you feel that the hours are slipping away, remember that they are not leaving you. They are being written by your movement through the universe. The earth spins, the sun turns, space-time curls, and in that gentle motion, your life unfolds. Time is not a current carrying you forward. It is a vast, still sea, and your motion gives it shape. Every step, every breath, every heartbeat is a ripple in that sea. And at the center of it all, beyond the rush of moments, there is peace. Because motion and time, spin and stillness are not opposites, they are reflections. One creates the illusion of the other. The stars drift slowly, the galaxies turn, the universe breathes, and within that great motion, you exist, not as a passenger lost in time, but as part of the fabric that turns it. Who controls the spin? It is a question that drifts softly through the fabric of the universe, echoing in the silence between atoms and stars. From the smallest particles to the grandest galaxies, everything turns. The electrons spin, the planets rotate, the galaxies swirl in elegant spirals of light, yet there is no hand pushing them, no conductor guiding the cosmic waltz. The universe spins by its own design, governed not by will, but by balance. If you look closely, you will see that motion is not commanded, it is remembered. Every turn, every orbit, every cycle we witness is a continuation of something ancient. The spin of the universe began long ago, perhaps in its very first breath. From that primordial motion came all the rhythms we now call time. The same angular momentum that once shaped the first clouds of dust into stars now turns the wheels of our world. The spin continues, not because something forces it, but because nothing stops it. In physics, this is called the conservation of angular momentum, a quiet law of eternity. It means that once something begins to spin, it will keep spinning unless another force interrupts it. The dancer continues her turn long after the music fades. The planet rotates long after its birth, and the stars swirl long after the galaxies have aged. Motion sustains itself. The universe requires no overseer, no external cause to keep it turning. It turns because that is what balance demands. This law is not just a rule of physics, it is the poetry of stability. Imagine a figure skater drawing her arms inward as she spins. The closer she folds them, the faster she turns. The same principle shapes galaxies. As clouds of gas collapse under gravity, they spin faster and faster, flattening into the disks that give birth to stars. The same principle keeps Earth steady as it turns through the darkness, its mass balanced, its rhythm constant. Angular momentum is the universe's promise of continuity, a way for motion to remember itself. The smallest things obey this law too. Inside every atom, electrons possess an intrinsic spin, not like a planet turning on its axis, but as a fundamental property of existence. Quantum physicists call it spin because it behaves as though these particles were rotating, even though they are point-like and without surface. This spin determines the behavior of matter. It gives atoms their structure, defines the way they bond, and shapes the chemistry that builds our world. Without spin, there would be no magnetism, no energy levels, no stability in the dance of particles. The universe would be shapeless, without rhythm, without song. The same spin that defines atoms also defines time. Humanity keeps its clocks according to the oscillations of electrons. Inside an atomic clock, cesium atoms are bombarded with microwaves, causing their electrons to shift between energy levels, a transition determined by spin. Each vibration marks a tick of time, so precise that the error over millions of years would be less than a second. We measure our days, our histories, our lives by the turning of the smallest particles. Even our concept of now is anchored to the rhythm of spin. Look higher, beyond the scale of atoms, and the same law echoes in the heavens. The Earth's spin gives us the length of the day. Its orbit defines the year. Together, they create the calendar by which we live. The slowing of that spin, caused by the pull of the moon, adds milliseconds each century. And so, to keep our clocks aligned with the planet, we add leap seconds, small human gestures to honor the planet's natural rhythm. In this way, even timekeeping becomes an act of reverence toward rotation. It is humbling to realize that every measurement of time, every second, minute, and hour is a reflection of cosmic motion. The ticking of a watch, the pulse of your heartbeat, the rhythm of the tides, all exist because something, somewhere, is spinning. Time is not an external river flowing past us. It is the pulse of movement itself. Einstein once wrote that time and space form a single fabric, and that mass and motion warp that fabric to create gravity. When something spins, it curves the very nature of reality. The flow of time bends slightly near rotating planets, even more near stars, and dramatically near black holes. The faster the spin, the slower the time. The universe measures itself through its motion. Spin, therefore, is not only movement through space, it is the way the universe tells time. It might seem that such precision requires control, that someone or something must be steering the cosmic wheel. But physics shows otherwise. No one controls the spin. It is an emergent property, a natural consequence of symmetry and energy. When the universe began, matter and motion were born together. One could not exist without the other. And from that first imperfection, from the breaking of perfect stillness, came rotation. It was not chosen, it was inherited. Imagine the early solar system, a cloud of dust and gas circling a young sun. At first, it was chaotic, particles drifting, colliding, merging. Over time, as gravity drew matter inward, the cloud flattened and began to spin faster, conserving angular momentum. From that spinning disk came planets, moons, and the debris that would one day form life. Our world's rotation is a fossil of that moment. Every dawn, every nightfall, every tide is the continuation of that ancient motion. Even galaxies obey the same principle. When you look at the Milky Way from afar, you see a vast spiral of light, arms stretched outward, turning slowly. It takes more than 200 million years for the sun to make a single orbit around its center. The stars, gas, and dark matter all move together in a pattern so perfect it seems still. Yet it is moving at 500,000 miles per hour. Balance hides motion. Harmony hides speed. And within that harmony lies the lesson of control, that true order does not come from command, but from balance. The universe does not need to be told how to move. The forces of nature gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak interactions maintain a symmetry that sustains motion. Each balances the others, creating a system that regulates itself. There is no conductor waving a baton. The music plays because every instrument knows its part. Humanity, too, has always sought to synchronize with this cosmic rhythm. Our ancestors built monuments to trace the sun's path, to mark the turning of seasons. Stone circles and temples aligned with solstices stand as ancient clocks, not to control time, but to honor it. They remind us that we are not separate from the movement of the world. We are participants in it. Our own technologies, clocks, satellites, calendars, are just modern ways of listening to the same ancient rhythm. At the heart of all this is a paradox, both scientific and spiritual. Control is an illusion. The more you try to fix motion, the more it slips away. Spin cannot be stopped. It can only be transformed. The universe's great gift is that it sustains itself without direction. Every planet turns because something before it turned. Every atom spins because motion is the natural state of being. Stillness, complete and absolute, exists only as a thought. The deeper we look, the clearer this becomes. In laboratories, physicists study particles that seem to defy our understanding. Neutrinos that switch identities as they travel, electrons that behave as both waves and points. Yet beneath all this complexity lies order. The laws of spin remain constant, elegant, and simple. Even in the randomness of quantum mechanics, the total angular momentum of a system is preserved. Chaos is only apparent. Beneath it lies symmetry. This symmetry is sacred, not in a religious sense, but in an existential one. It reveals that the universe is not arbitrary. The same equations that describe a spinning top on a child's floor also describe the rotation of planets, stars, and galaxies. From the smallest to the greatest, everything follows the same rule. The cosmos is unified by motion. When you think of it this way, the act of spinning becomes a form of meditation. It is not about control, but surrender. The planet turns without effort. The stars orbit without fatigue. Even the galaxies glide through space without noise or friction. The effortlessness of motion is the true face of order. It reminds us that harmony does not need will it, only needs balance. Our machines, our technologies, even our hearts follow this rhythm. The turbines that power cities, the gyroscopes that keep satellites stable, the gears that turn clocks, all mimic the natural laws of spin. We build stability by imitating the universe's balance. The concept of inertia, the tendency of motion to continue, is both physical truth and metaphor. Life, like motion, resists stillness. Once it begins, it carries on. Even death does not stop the spin. When a star dies, it collapses inward, spinning faster and faster until it becomes a neutron star or black hole. Its rotation continues, transformed but unbroken. The atoms that once shone as starlight are scattered into space, carrying spin into new forms. Dust, planets, life. You too are made from this recycled motion. The atoms in your blood once spun inside a star. Their angular momentum is still within you. You are a continuation of the cosmic turn. Think of this when you watch the second hand of a clock. Its motion is not mechanical alone. It is cosmic. Each tick is an echo of electrons shifting, of planets orbiting, of stars turning in the deep dark. Our tools for measuring time are not inventions of separation. They are translations of cosmic truth. The tick, the rotation, the orbit, they are the same pattern, repeated across scales. There is beauty in this repetition. It means that the universe is consistent, that the laws holding the smallest grain of sand also guide the stars. We may not control the spin, but we are made safe by its constancy. Every morning comes because the world turns. Every year passes because the earth circles the sun. The regularity of motion gives meaning to change. Without it, life would be chaos. And yet, there is mystery in it too. Scientists still do not know why the universe began with spin. Some theories suggest that even the cosmos itself is rotating, that space-time on the largest scale carries a subtle twist. Others believe the net rotation of the universe must be zero, that for every spin in one direction, there is an opposite elsewhere. Balance again. The truth remains hidden, quiet, and perhaps unknowable. But maybe that is enough. Maybe the lesson is not to understand the cause, but to recognize the pattern. The universe turns, and in doing so, it sustains itself. There is no control, only coherence. The dance goes on not because someone leads, but because all participants move together. You too are part of that dance. Every breath, every heartbeat, every step adds its own rhythm to the greater harmony. Your body, your thoughts, even your dreams arise from motion. The pulse of blood, the oscillation of neurons, the rotation of the earth beneath you. You are not separate from the universe's spin. You are one of its expressions. If you ever feel lost or uncertain, remember this: there is no need to command the motion of life. You do not need to force direction upon the world. The universe has been spinning long before you, and it will spin long after. All you must do is move with it, breathe with it, align with its quiet rhythm. In doing so, you find peace, the kind that comes not from control, but from trust. The universe spins without permission. The planets turn without command. The stars revolve without effort. And through it all, the same truth hums beneath the silence. No one controls the spin. Balance alone keeps it turning. The law of motion is the law of grace. The cosmos does not need a hand to guide it. It only needs to continue, softly, endlessly, as it always has. Perfection is silent. In a perfect universe, nothing would move, nothing would change. Every particle would balance every other. Every force would cancel its opposite. It would be flawless and utterly still. But our universe is not perfect. It trembles, tilts, and bends. It expands unevenly, spins unevenly, gives birth unevenly, and because of that, it lives. The beauty of existence lies not in its symmetry, but in its gentle breaking. In every imperfection, motion begins. In the earliest moments of creation, the universe was perfectly balanced, so much so that, for an instant, it could not grow. Energy and matter mirrored each other in silence, caught in the calm before motion. Then, something subtle shifted. A tiny imbalance appeared, a flaw in symmetry so small it could barely be measured. But that flaw changed everything. From that first fracture, the forces of nature separated. Gravity pulled one way, electromagnetism another. The strong and weak nuclear forces split, shaping the architecture of atoms. The universe was no longer one note. It became a chord. This event is known as symmetry breaking. It is the moment when perfection cracked open and gave rise to complexity. Without it, there would be no stars, no planets, no you. Symmetry breaking is not destruction, it is creation. It is how potential becomes real. When the cosmic soup of the early universe cooled, different regions began to prefer slightly different states of being. Like frost forming patterns on glass, structure emerged from uniformity. Space rippled, and from those ripples came galaxies. The traces of those first imperfections still exist. Scientists can see them in the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang. Tiny temperature differences, 1 part in 100,000, mark where the universe began to gather and grow. These ripples are the fingerprints of broken symmetry, the first seeds of galaxies, stars, and life. If everything had been perfectly even, gravity would have had nothing to pull on. Matter would never have condensed. Perfection would have remained empty. As the universe expanded, that imbalance deepened. Matter began to outnumber antimatter by the slightest margin. Just 1 particle in a billion. The rest annihilated, turning into light. But that tiny remainder, that sliver of asymmetry, became everything that exists today. Every planet, every mountain, every drop of blood, all are made from the excess born of that tiny imperfection. The cosmos chose motion over stillness, imbalance over nothingness, and from that choice came being. Physicists call this CP violation, a quiet bias in the laws of physics. It means that nature slightly prefers matter over antimatter, a tiny lean in one direction that allowed existence to survive. This bias is woven into the heart of particles, influencing their decay, their interactions, their fates. It is as if the universe has a handedness, a subtle twist in its structure. That twist is everywhere, from the spin of galaxies to the chirality of molecules. It is not error, it is character. At the quantum level, spin itself carries this asymmetry. Particles like neutrinos always spin in one direction, left-handed. Their mirror images do not exist in nature. The laws that govern them are not symmetrical, and yet it is this very asymmetry that makes the universe dynamic. If everything were mirror perfect, no reactions could unfold, no decay could occur, no transformation could proceed. Change requires imbalance. The Higgs field, too, emerged from broken symmetry. In the beginning, it filled space evenly, offering no resistance to motion. But as the universe cooled, the field chose a direction, a lower state of energy, and matter began to interact with it. From that moment, particles gained mass. The universe became heavy enough to form stars. Without that quiet shift, there would be no gravity to hold worlds together, no bodies to walk upon them, no atoms to carry breath. The Higgs field is a reminder that even the subtlest imperfection can shape destiny. On larger scales, asymmetry defines everything we see. Galaxies form spirals instead of spheres. Stars flicker with uneven brightness. Planets wobble as they turn. Even the orbits of moons are slightly tilted, their paths never perfectly circular. This imperfection is what keeps them stable. A perfectly circular orbit would be too fragile. Any disturbance would break it. Elliptical motion, with its built-in variance, allows flexibility. Balance is not about stillness, it is about movement within limits. The same is true of life. The molecules that make up our bodies are chiral. They come in left and right-handed forms, but life on Earth uses only one orientation. Amino acids are left-handed. Sugars are right-handed. No one knows why. It may have been a random choice, a consequence of cosmic asymmetry. Yet, from that one preference, all living things grew. Every leaf, every creature, every human heartbeat follows the same subtle direction. Even the spiral of DNA reflects this ancient twist, coiling in the same sense as the galaxies from which its atoms came. Imperfection, then, is not a flaw, but a force. It is what allows growth. The cracks in symmetry are like the spaces between notes in music. Without them, there would be no melody. The contrast between light and dark, between movement and rest, creates the beauty of the whole. When you look at the world, the curve of a shell, the pattern of clouds, the asymmetry of a smile, you are seeing physics at work, the legacy of broken balance. In mathematics, symmetry is often associated with beauty, but in nature, beauty often arises from what breaks that symmetry. The branching of trees, the flow of rivers, the spiral of storms, all deviate from perfect form. This deviation is not error, but adaptation. It allows complexity to unfold. The same law that governs galaxies governs leaves. A slight tilt away from equilibrium creates motion, and motion creates form. Even time itself exists because symmetry broke. In the early universe, the laws of physics were reversible. Time could run forward or backward without distinction. But then, as entropy increased, direction appeared. Heat began to flow from hot to cold, order to disorder. The arrow of time emerged. The universe could now remember. The past and the future became different. This, too, is a product of imperfection. Without it, there would be no story, no sequence, no life that grows or fades. Entropy, often misunderstood as decay, is simply the natural tendency toward variety. It spreads energy, allowing new configurations to form. In doing so, it creates evolution, weather, thought. Every breath you take increases entropy, and through that act, the universe becomes more diverse. Order gives way to possibility. That is the quiet generosity of imperfection. It allows the new to exist. Even at the scale of emotion, this truth repeats. Human hearts do not beat perfectly. They vary slightly with each pulse, adjusting to breath, to thought, to love. This small irregularity is what keeps them alive. A heart that beats too perfectly is fragile, mechanical, easily stopped. A heart that adapts, one that wavers, one that listens, is resilient. The same principle holds for the universe itself. It endures because it can bend. The dance between symmetry and imperfection also defines art, language, and consciousness. A perfectly symmetrical poem would be sterile, lifeless. Music that repeats without variation would be noise. Meaning arises from deviation, the unexpected note, the pause between words, the silence that gives space for reflection. The mind finds harmony in imbalance because that is how reality works. We are born of asymmetry, and we recognize ourselves in it. In the quiet physics of the cosmos, there is a constant conversation between order and chaos. Too much symmetry, and nothing happens. Too much imbalance, and everything dissolves. The universe lives in the middle, where stability meets flexibility, where laws meet possibility. Every atom, every storm, every star embodies that balance. Even galaxies collide and merge, creating new forms from destruction. The cosmos renews itself through imperfection. Scientists studying the edges of the universe often describe its structure as a cosmic web, a network of filaments and voids stretching across billions of light years. It is not uniform. Some regions teem with galaxies, others are almost empty. Yet this unevenness gives the universe its shape. The voids allow the filaments to exist, just as silence allows sound. The universe breathes through contrast. If you look within yourself, you will see the same pattern. The symmetry of your body hides subtle asymmetries. One hand slightly stronger, one eye slightly keener, one thought slightly kinder. These differences are not defects, they are individuality. Perfection would erase identity. Imperfection gives it. And so, the universe teaches us a gentle truth. Balance does not mean sameness. It means coexistence. The forces that pull must be met by those that push. The energy that rises must meet the one that falls. The dance of existence depends on tension, the soft tug between what is and what could be. From that tension comes creation. In physics, this harmony is seen in equations that appear simple but conceal infinite possibilities. A small change in an initial condition can alter the outcome entirely. This is the heart of chaos theory. Even systems governed by strict rules can produce unpredictable beauty. The flutter of a butterfly's wings, the swirl of a storm, the flicker of thought, all arise from sensitivity to imperfection. The next time you see a star, remember that it shines because it is not in balance. Gravity pulls it inward, pressure pushes it outward, and between those opposing forces, light is born. The star lives in a constant state of broken symmetry, sustained by the tension between collapse and expansion. When one side wins, the light fades, and the cycle begins again in new form. This is the rhythm of existence. Imbalance creating life, balance creating peace. Both necessary, both beautiful. You are made from that same rhythm. The atoms in your body are remnants of ancient stars, formed from the explosions of worlds that once burned imperfectly. Their imbalance gave you breath. Every imperfection in you, every scar, every doubt, every moment of hesitation is not a flaw in design, but a continuation of cosmic truth. To be uneven is to be alive. The universe does not strive for perfection. It strives for harmony. Perfection would end motion. Harmony sustains it. The galaxies turn not because they are flawless, but because they are free to move within imperfection. The same freedom lives in you. You do not need to be perfect to be whole. You only need to keep moving, to keep turning with the rhythm that began before time itself. And in that turning, there is peace. The stars shimmer unevenly, yet their light fills the sky. The earth tilts, and that tilt gives us seasons. The heart wavers, and that wavering gives it strength. Everything imperfect belongs. The symmetry of the universe is not static. It breathes, it bends, it sings. And the song it sings is not about flawlessness, it is about grace. Perfection is silence, imperfection is music. Between them, the universe moves. Between them, we live. In the quiet darkness between galaxies, there is a mystery that no light can reach. When astronomers first measured how stars moved around their galaxies, they found something strange. The stars on the outer edges, far from the center, were moving too fast. So fast that they should have flown away into space. According to the visible laws of gravity, galaxies should not exist. Yet they do. They hold together, vast and graceful, like cosmic whirlpools. And so began one of the most silent and beautiful puzzles in all of science, the search for what keeps the universe whole. The answer, as far as we can see, lies in something we cannot see at all. An invisible presence surrounds every galaxy, every cluster of stars. It is not light, nor gas, nor dust. It does not shine, yet it holds the galaxies together with gentle strength. We call it dark matter, not because it is evil or strange, but because it is unseen. It neither emits nor absorbs light. It simply is. A quiet gravity, a hidden structure shaping the cosmos from the shadows. Vera Rubin was among the first to notice this invisible balance. In the 1970s, she studied the motion of stars within spiral galaxies. She expected to find that the outer stars moved slowly, as if circling a central mass. But instead, their speeds remained constant, even at great distances. The galaxies spun as if embedded in vast halos of invisible mass. From her work, the concept of dark matter began to take form, a silent framework that made existence possible. Today, we know that what we can see, stars, planets, nebulae, light, makes up less than 5% of the universe. The rest is hidden. Roughly 27% is dark matter, and 68% is dark energy, an even more mysterious force pushing the universe apart. We live in the minority of existence, afloat in a sea of the unseen. The visible universe is only the sparkle on the surface of a deep, dark ocean. Dark matter does not collide, burn, or glow. It interacts only through gravity, gently guiding galaxies into shape. Without it, stars would scatter, planets would drift, and the cosmic web would unravel. It is the quiet glue of everything. The galaxies we see, glowing softly in the night sky, are only the luminous tracings of an invisible architecture, a pattern of gravity sculpted by dark matter's patient hand. Through gravitational lensing, we can glimpse its presence. When light from distant galaxies travels through a cluster rich in dark matter, it bends and twists, magnified into arcs and halos. Space itself curves around the invisible. Telescopes capture this distortion, like ripples on a pond, revealing the wind that passes over it. Even though we cannot see dark matter, we can see how it bends light, how it shapes the paths of stars, how it holds the universe together in quiet equilibrium. Computer simulations of the cosmos reveal something extraordinary. When scientists model billions of years of cosmic evolution, the galaxies form not in random scatterings, but in filaments, threads of light woven through vast voids. These filaments are the skeleton of the universe, composed mostly of dark matter. Galaxies form along them like dew on a spider's web, each drop held in place by unseen threads. The pattern resembles neurons in the human brain, or roots in the soil, or the delicate veins of a leaf. In every scale, from the cosmic to the cellular, the same design whispers of connection. Dark matter is not the only invisible player in this dance. Its counterpart, dark energy, pulls the other way. While dark matter binds, dark energy expands. It stretches the fabric of space, pushing galaxies apart, accelerating the universe's growth. The two forces exist in perfect opposition. One holds, the other releases. Together, they maintain balance, a cosmic inhale and exhale that has lasted for nearly 14 billion years. This duality feels almost philosophical. The universe, it seems, is not built on stability, but on tension. The hidden and the seen, the pulling and the pushing, the holding and the letting go, all coexist to keep the whole in motion. Balance does not mean stillness. It means that every force has its counterpart, every creation its dissolution, every light its shadow. The stars shine because darkness gives them space to glow. Even in the night sky, this truth is visible. The stars do not compete with the darkness. They emerge from it. Without the void, there would be no place for light to live. The universe itself depends on contrast, on the quiet background that allows motion and color to exist. What we call emptiness is not absence, it is potential. It holds the form of all that is to come. As the universe continues to expand, galaxies drift farther apart. One day, billions of years from now, distant galaxies will slip beyond our horizon, their light stretched into invisibility by the accelerating fabric of space. The night sky will grow emptier, quieter, lonelier. Future observers, if any remain, will see only their own galaxy, unaware of the vast web that once surrounded them. Yet even then, the dark matter will remain, holding the remnants of stars in its gentle field. The spin of the cosmos will slow, but not stop. Motion cannot end, it can only change form. Angular momentum, the great conservation of rotation, ensures that even as galaxies fade, their spin endures in memory. Black holes will evaporate, stars will cool, but the momentum of the first spin, the one born at the dawn of time, will persist. It may become thinner, quieter, stretched across a cold, dark expanse, but it will never vanish. The universe does not lose energy. It redistributes it, like breath exhaled into the endless night. There is something profoundly comforting in this. Every motion, no matter how brief, leaves its trace on eternity. The turn of a planet, the flutter of a bird, the rise and fall of your breath, all add to the total movement of the universe. The energy that animates you is not yours alone. It is borrowed from the same rotation that moves galaxies. When you breathe out, the molecules of air you release will one day drift into the stars. The motion continues, unbroken, infinite. And so, even though the cosmos seems vast and indifferent, it is deeply connected. The forces that hold galaxies together are the same that shape atoms, tides, and hearts. Gravity, that soft pull of belonging, binds not only matter, but meaning. It keeps us tethered to the world, to each other, to the invisible whole. Perhaps this is what it means to live within the universe, to be both visible and unseen, both solid and fleeting. The atoms in your body were once parts of stars that exploded billions of years ago. Their dust crossed light years, gathered, cooled, and became you. And when you were gone, they will scatter again to form something new. The dark matter that threads through you and the starlight that warms you are not opposites. They are kin. There is a quiet lesson hidden here. Not everything that matters can be seen. The most powerful forces are invisible gravity, time, thought, love. They shape the visible world from within, unseen, yet undeniable. The same is true in human life. The calm you bring to someone's heart, the kindness that ripples through generations, the patience that steadies a moment. These are your dark matter. They hold the fragile universe of human experience together. In the end, everything returns to balance. Galaxies will fade, but new patterns will rise. Motion will slow, but never cease. The universe may grow silent, but silence is not the end. It is the beginning of another kind of rhythm. Even if light dims, the memory of its glow remains written in the geometry of space. Nothing is ever truly lost. So tonight, as you lie beneath the stars, know that you are part of the invisible balance. You are not watching the universe from the outside. You are within it, made of its same unseen fabric. Every breath aligns with its rotation. Every heartbeat echoes its pulse. You belong to the same law that holds galaxies in place. You are not separate from the quiet that fills the dark. You are made of it. The stars above you are moving, though you cannot see it. The earth beneath you turns, though you do not feel it. Between those motions, you rest. You are suspended in a web of forces that began before time and will continue long after. You are a fragment of eternity, living a moment of awareness. And in that awareness lies peace. The universe is not a machine. It is a meditation. It does not hurry. It does not pause. It only turns. It expands and contracts, holds and releases, like a breath too vast to measure. Every rotation, every orbit, every vibration is a syllable in a cosmic language that speaks without sound. If you listen closely, you might feel it, the hum of creation, steady and endless, resonating through everything that is. And now, as we come to the end of this quiet journey, take one last breath with the stars. Feel how easily the air moves in and out, how the body finds its rhythm with the world. The same physics that keeps galaxies from drifting apart keeps you whole. The same invisible forces that bind light and matter bind you to this moment. Thank you for drifting through this stillness. If this calm has found you, if the rhythm of the cosmos has reached you tonight, let it stay. Carry it into your waking hours, and when the world feels loud, return here to the quiet truth that everything spins, everything connects, everything belongs. You are part of the universe's balance. You are part of its song. The stars drift slowly, the galaxies breathe, And somewhere within that vast silence, you rest. Stay with us in this space where science meets serenity, where knowledge hums softly like a lullaby. Subscribe to Sleepy Science Drift and let the universe keep whispering to you, one quiet turn at a time.